Welcome back to the show. Teenagers, we love them, don't we? We do. Do we understand them? No. Do they understand themselves? Probably not. Very difficult, extremely difficult time in life, going from childhood to teenage to adulthood. There is a fantastic organisation around that can help them with some of these hurdles called Discovery for Teens. Meredith and Nicola, welcome.
Thank you.
To the show. So, Discovery for Teens. Meredith, you are?
I am the life skills facilitator.
Life skills facilitator.
Yeah.
So you teach them life skills?
We do. We teach them everything from motivation, communication, teamwork, how to get along better with their parents.
Parents.
Parents, yeah.
Parents. Now, you know, with teenagers and parents, because I've got a teenager.
Right.
Is it the parents' problem or is it the teenagers' problem?
Well, I've got a couple of kids as well. So I would have to say that probably it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Discovery. Well, what we find with Discovery is lots of parents send their teenagers along thinking that we will fix them, when really it's a bit of a 50-50 thing.
And Nicola, you've been a part of the program.
Yes, I have.
So when did you attend?
I attended 6.5 years ago, so I was 15. So I was right in the middle of the teenage years.
The teenage years. How did you find? I mean, difficult times, obviously.
Yeah, I was going through a rough patch. It's probably a bit of an understatement, but...
With parents, with friends, with...
With parents, with school, just sort of working out what I wanted to do, and it's probably more of an attitude part of it that made it difficult.
Because, I mean, it's probably very easy for people just to put it down to being teenagers, but it's a difficult time of life because you're dealing with so many things. So out of the course, what did you get out of it personally?
That everything wasn't a problem, it was more of a challenge, and that I could deal with that and work through it, and that life wasn't out to get me, but if I wanted to get anything out of my life, I needed to do it myself.
So you had choices to make, and you had the power to make those choices.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's true, isn't it? That kids, well, anybody at any age in life, have choices to make.
They do, and quite often when I talk to adults who've done any kind of personal growth, they always say, you know, I wish I learnt those skills when I was younger. And that's what Discovery does, is it teaches them those skills about making choices, about knowing that what I do, what my actions that I take, how they affect my life and where I take my life from here. And it's a really neat opportunity for teenagers to be able to make that choice earlier on. Yeah, and know that they have the responsibility to choose.
So how do the kids become a part of the course? I mean, do mum and dad ring you up and say, oh, we got a problem?
Some parents do. Some parents go, yeah, I don't know what to do with my teenager anymore. Have you got any ideas? Some parents are just looking for that little bit extra. Their teenagers are going along fine. Maybe they're cruising a little bit and they want them to get a little bit more motivation, so they'll send them to Discovery. Then you've got the ones who are like in the gifted category, who maybe are doing really well academically but maybe not so great socially. So we have a huge spectrum of teenagers who come from all walks of life, and that's the way we like it. We like a big socio-economic range and a big cultural range, gender range. We like to have a big range, so that the more different types or the more diversity of the group of teenagers, the better experience they have, because they learn a lot off each other.
Yeah, that makes sense too. So,
yeah.
Nicola, with you, mum and dad now, you all right?
Yep, heaps better.
Yep.
Getting there still, but definitely 100 times better than it was.
So what do you reckon for you, I'm putting you on the spot here, but that's okay, eh? What was the hardest thing? Being a teenager, what was the hardest thing for you?
Probably the whole victim thing. I didn't like that, I wanted to do one thing with my friends and mum wanted me to do the other, because she could see the outcome, whereas I just thought, she's not fair, she's trying to ruin all my fun. So that was a part of it, and also finding the balance between the social and then the academic and the school side. Responsibility, but you want to have fun.
Because did you find that sort of wanting to have fun was a bit more important than the academic stuff?
Yeah, definitely did. But then at Discovery they make you realise that if you are okay with settling with a not so good academic, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to get anything out of your life, what you do when you're a teenager now is going to affect it in your career and in your life.
And that's, I guess, for kids, that's the, well, and for adults too. I mean, let's face it, it's hard to see past the here and now, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely it is. I think lots of teenagers do that, and that's part of being a teenager too, is enjoying and making those kind of, we don't really call them mistakes, but making mistakes and learning how to grow up, and that's a part of that whole stage. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be as hard. And teenagers can learn that they can make those mistakes, learn from them, and move on, and still have a better life at the end of the day.
Because I mean, let's face it, everybody makes wrong choices.
Absolutely.
Nobody is perfect.
No.
Everybody makes wrong choices.
No, but it's what you do with those choices at that time. And as Nicola said, being a teenager is the foundation for becoming an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's important that you don't have to get it right, but you at least have to have a little bit of an idea about what you're doing.
For sure.
Yeah. You get the skills to cope with whether you end up on the right or the not so good anywhere. So.
Yeah, the question that we constantly ask the teenagers is, are you making the most useful choice? Not about being right or wrong, good or bad. It's about, is what you're doing useful for what you want in your life? And, you get a bunch of teenagers together and you ask them, how many of you want to be successful? And they all say that they want to be successful, whatever that means to them. No one really wants to be a bummed out failure. And so we give them the skills to think about that at least.
It's awesome that these days there are people like you around who want to help,
Yeah, well, you know what? I did Discovery as a teenager too. I did it 18 years ago. Yeah. And it made a huge difference in my life, and that's why I'm involved.
Now, you're in Rotorua in October?
Yep, in October, the first week of the school holidays? Second week of the school holidays. Yeah, and we're having Discovery out at Keswick Christian Centre. Okay. Yeah.
Is it a week long?
Yep.
Week? Okay. Now, how do people get in touch with you? So I know there's going to be people out there watching going, yes, we found something to help.
Yeah. Well, the easiest way is to go to our website, which is www.discovery14s.co.nz, or call the 0800 number, which is 0800 493 968.
And Nicola, it's not all scary, eh?
It is when you get there.
No.
You're with a whole group of teens. You have no idea who any of them are. A lot of them, like myself, were not there by choice. Our parents had sent us to get help or see what they could do to make our life better. And at first it is scary. A lot of it's about putting you out of your comfort zone. They put you in that situation, so you have to learn how to react, because you're going to come across that in your life. So, but it gets better, a lot better, and then you don't want to leave.
Yeah, and I bet you by the end of it, you're all friends.
Yeah, it definitely is, though. Yeah. It's only a week, but you end up with friends that you have forever.
That's awesome, eh? And do they starve you? Like, is it just bread and water?
Amazing food. Fully catered.
No. No, it's definitely, it's meant to be a fun experience. And lots of teenagers come along thinking they've been sent there because they're bad or naughty or whatever, or the parents don't like them anymore. But it's not like that. It's an exciting week. There's lots of fun. There's lots of games. We even have the occasional party or two. And, have a really good time.
So could I be a teenager again and come along?
No, but if you're an adult and you want to come along, then we have adult volunteers. Actually, you're coming, aren't you? Yeah. Nicola's coming as a team leader this time.
And my mum.
And your mum.
And your mum.
Yeah.
See, it works, doesn't it? Discoveryforteens.co.nz. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Awesome information. And that first week of the holidays. Second week in October.
Yes.
Keswick Christian Camp.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Discoveryforteens.co.nz. Check out the website. Now, we normally leave you with a few events that are coming up and a quote for the week, but this week I wanted to leave you with some memories, some graphics, some photographs to prove that we do what we say we're going to do. Remember, we were talking to the team from New Zealand Blood Service, and we said we'd go down and give some blood. Well, we did. We packed our bags, we went down to the sound shell, and we saved some lives. And here's the proof. So there you go, the sound shell. We gave some blood. It didn't hurt. Still got a bit of a mark on the arm though. That's all right, doesn't hurt. And we saved some lives, so absolutely fantastic. We'll let you know when the blood bank is in town next, and you can help out the New Zealand Blood Service until next week. Take care, won't you?
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.